Hello everybody and welcome to CocoaHeads for 2024. We're off to a fantastic start because I've got the meeting number wrong on the slide. It's actually 172, but thanks Ash. There's almost always guaranteed to be an incorrect date somewhere in one of our slide packs, so we'll just get it out of the way on the first one. That's fine. In the spirit of reconciliation, Melbourne CocoaHeads acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connection to land, sea and community. And we would like to pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Tonight, two talks, one long, one short. So it should be a nice quick night. Amy's going to take us through measurements and formatters in SwiftUI. And Sky, are you here somewhere? Down the back, there we go. Looking for your face amongst the seats. And Sky's going to talk to us about keeping architecture explainable. So it should be a really good night. Just a reminder that we run all of our events as CocoaHeads under a code of conduct. The short version is on the screen. The longer version is on the website if you want to have a read of that. But the long and the short of it is, treat people how you would like to be treated and with respect. Let me put that off for a second so you can see the full, that one? Yay. So you can see the full URL. There is, if you do feel uncomfortable at any point and you do want to file some feedback, you can approach myself, one of the organisers, or one of the people wearing the CocoaHeads badges. If you're online, there are channels available for this as well. And there are options on the website for feedback, either by email or anonymously as well, if you prefer. Just a little bit of housekeeping for the people in the room. The toilets are back out where you came in, past the elevators, turn right and go down. If you get to V-line, you've gone too far. The emergency exit is back out the same way, down near the toilets, just before the toilets, I think. But they're all out past the elevators, turn right. A little bit more housekeeping. If you see somebody around with a blue dot on, this is their first time, welcome along. Please make them feel welcome, help them find their way around, introduce yourself, get to know them. If you do need to speak to an organizer or have any questions, just wearing the little CocoaHeads badge on them. There's a few people floating around. Myself, Pat, I don't know where Pat's gone, and a couple of other people as well. Just a note on the way that the evening is run. We usually prefer to leave questions until the end of the presentation unless the presenter explicitly says otherwise, and that's totally up to them. If you are watching online, you can either ask questions in the Melbourne Meetup channel on Slack or right there in the chat on YouTube. Someone, usually me, will keep an eye on that and we will relay the questions to the presenter on your behalf. This just allows both the online and offline audiences to engage with the presentations. It just helps everything run a little bit better. We can't put these events on though without the support of our sponsors, and we have a little bit of a change this year. So I'd like to invite Steve from Mentor Group up to come give us a bit of background.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rob. Hi, everybody.
You're too tall, Steve.
Too tall. I'm
Fix that, don't worry.
I'll stay.
Here we go.
Yeah, hi, everybody. My name's Steve Hewitt. I'm a partner of digital at Mentor Group. And basically, you will know that Sean Woodhouse, a lot of you will know Sean Woodhouse, who was previously the founder and CEO of Itty Bitty Apps. He exited the business very gracefully about 2 or 3 months ago, just before Christmas. And with that, he handed over the lead of the mobile team at Itty Bitty Apps to myself. And as part of that, and around the same time, Mantle Group, who acquired Itty Bitty Apps about 2 years ago now, we're also going through a phase of rebranding. So they rebranded the business from Itty Bitty Apps to Mantle Group. That is, the business was actually 10 brands. So a couple of brands you may know are Digio and Itty Bitty Apps, who are both digital brands. And those brands all came together. So we've brought, just as the start of this year, we've brought those brands together all under one brand, which is now Mantle Group. So with that, we absolutely are planning to continue to support the community, the CocoaHeads community, and that's why we're maintaining our gold sponsorship of CocoaHeads for 2024. We've finalised everything, and as you can see, it's very similar to before. We'll be holding most events, almost all events here at Mantle Group. We'll be supporting with catering as well, and maintain that gold sponsorship. So we're very excited to be doing all that. This is only my second CocoaHeads, so I need to make sure that I get along a bit more often. So that's my plan for 24, is to get here and listen and hear what's going on, because it's a part of our history with Sean involved that we're really proud of, and we want to continue to do that in the future as Mantle Group. So the business is the same, the team is the same. We've actually brought the mobile developers from Mantle Group, the Digio team, together with the EDB Apps team. So we're now a team of 40, and that team of 40 includes iOS devs, it includes Android devs, and it also now includes React Native devs as well. So we've expanded our capability in that way as well. And so that's sort of why we've got the change for Mantle Group. And the other thing I wanted to take a moment to announce to anyone who's interested is that we had a fairly lean year with hiring last year. We didn't do a lot of hiring from about March onwards, but we've just reopened our hiring in the last month or so, and we're looking for iOS developers in the senior and lead level across Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. And we're also, for what it's worth, looking at Android developers at the same level, senior and lead. So if you have any interest in joining the group, or even just having an interesting conversation, there's some QR codes on the wall. You can check in there to our careers page and have a look at that, or you can of course reach out to myself or any of the people you know at Itty Bitty at Mantle Group, and we can help you out. So thanks for the opportunity to be part of the community. It's wonderful, and look forward to seeing a lot of you over the next 12 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We're looking forward to continuing our relationship with your team under the new name. Should have some good stuff planned for this year as well, hopefully. Normally, this is where our silver sponsors go on the slide deck, but none of them have actually confirmed just yet. They are coming, but they'll be back again next month. Apologies for anybody on the live stream as well. We are getting some crackly audio at the moment. Anybody that plays with the iPhone simulator knows exactly what's going on over there, so I'll just have to reboot my Mac in a minute. We'll do that at the end of this section before this presentation. Just a quick note of the other events that we run every third Wednesday, which means we've got a break next week for a change. Every third Wednesday we run Hack Night in conjunction with GDG, the Flutter group, and so the Android group, Flutter group, and Web shows up sometimes too. That's Wednesday the 14th. So if you don't have Valentine's Day plans, feel free to come along, have some free food, bring a laptop, work on your favorite side projects. It's here again in the Mantle Group office. We run a social night on the last Tuesday of the month. I assume we'll be at the Imperial Hotel again on the rooftop if the weather's good. It was good last time, but we forgot to book, so we were on the sidewalk. It was also nice. That's on the last Tuesday, so the 27th. Some other groups that we work with is the Sydney CocoaHeads group. If you ever are that way, they meet on the second Thursday of the month, so the one after us. As well as GDG Melbourne, where we run the Android groups of Melbourne, and that we do the nights with. Yeah. So, how to connect with us? Yes.
Third Wednesday is actually the 21st.
Whoops. So it's not Valentine's Day. All right. Don't have to.
Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. Don't have to cancel your Valentine's Day plans. Thanks, Tups. It's the 21st. I will update the slides at the end before we get to that. If you do want to connect with us, we do have all the usual social options available. We're not on X anymore. So you can find us on Mastodon at Melbourne at CocoaHeads.social. But the main way we communicate with everybody is through Slack. We run a Slack team in conjunction with the other CocoaHeads groups across Australia and New Zealand. So there's quite a big community there. It's about 1,200 people also on Slack. And it's a really good place to keep in touch and to talk to your fellow iOS engineers. QR code there for joining if anybody needs that. On Slack, you'll find a bunch of useful channels. Anything with a Melbourne prefix is specific to us. The main one is the meetup, where we talk about tonight's events if you have any questions watching tonight. And there is a volunteers channel for the organisers. Anybody can be a part of that and help out. And then some general channels like jobs, speakers, and a whole bunch of topic-specific channels like Swift UI. There's even an AppKit channel floating around if that's your thing. Now, with that said, I'm going to quickly reboot my Mac while Amy gets set up, so we can come back with some actual audio, which means I get to use this slide for the first time ever. Yay! Back in a moment.